Hello aspirants, I welcome you all on the YouTube channel of ANALYST IAS. Our today's topic for focus of the day's discussion is the recent update of the World Economic Outlook, which is released by the International Monetary Fund. We will see why in news, what is World Economic Outlook, what are the findings of the report, what are the growth projections. We will see this through the graph. Then what are the recommendations of this report. After that, we will see what is International Monetary Fund. Then we will come to our today's prelims practice question and the mains practice question as well. So we'll start with the topic why in news. Recently, the United Nations has released a new report, World Economic Situation and Prospects 2023, which stated that the global gross domestic product is likely to drop to 1.9% in 2023 from 3% in 2022. Now, what is World Economic Outlook? It presents analysis of global economic developments during the near and the medium term. Chapters give an overview as well as a more detailed analysis of the world's economy, consider issues affecting industrial countries, developing countries and economics in transition to the market, and address topics of pressing current interest. The IMF releases the World Economic Outlook twice every year in April and October, apart from it updating twice in January and July. So it was recently updated in the January, that is why we are studying it. Findings of the report. First is the global growth. It projects that the global growth will fall to 2.9% in 2023 but rise to 3.1% in 2024 as well. The 2023 forecast is 0.2 percentage points higher than predicted in the October 2022 World Economic Outlook but below the historical average of 3.8%. Rising interest rates and the war in the Ukraine continue to weigh on economic activity. You need not to remember the exact data like these points, but you need to know some data and trends as well. What about inflation? So global inflation is expected to fall from 8.8% in 2022 to 6.6% in 2023 and 4.3% in 2024. So it will just go down, still above pre-pandemic levels of about 3.5%. The price rise is slowing for two main reasons. First, the monetary tightening all across the world. Higher interest rate drag down overall demand of the goods and services. That in turn slows down the inflation. In the wake of faltering demand, prices of different commodities, both fuel and non-fuel, have come down from their recent highs. I have given you a video on how the interest rate affects the inflation. It is on repo rate. You can go through it as well. Outlook of South Asia. In South Asia, the economic outlook has significantly deteriorated due to high food and energy prices, monetary tightening and fiscal vulnerabilities. Average GDP growth is projected to moderate from 5.6% in 2022 to 4.8% in 2023. This is the average GDP growth. Then challenges prospectus for economies like Bangladesh, Pakistan and Sri Lanka who have sought financial assistance from the International Monetary Fund in 2022. These are the growth projections which are being updated in 2023. You can see that the real GDP, first it will go down in 23, then it will again rise up. A question can come in prelims about this trend as well. Now these are the trends of various different economies like United States. This will go down further. In the Euro area, it will go down but will rise. So you can just take a screenshot and study it later. Now, what are the recommendations of the report? Accelerating COVID-19 vaccinations in the China would safeguard the recovery with positive cross-border spillovers. Fiscal support should be better targeted at those most affected by elevated food and energy prices, and broad-based fiscal relief measures should be withdrawn. Stronger multilateral cooperation is very essential to preserve the gains from the rules-based multilateral system and to mitigate climate change by limiting emissions and raising green investment. What is International Monetary Fund? It works to achieve sustainable growth and prosperity for all of its 190 member countries. India is also a member of it, and IMF and World Bank were formed after the Second World War, and they are also known as Bretton Woods twins. It does so by supporting economic policies that promote financial stability and monetary cooperation, which are essential to increase productivity, job creation, and economic well-being. The IMF is governed by and accountable to its member countries. The IMF issues an international reserve asset known as the special drawing rights that can supplement the official reserves of the member countries. What are the functions of the IMF? First is the financial assistance. The IMF lends money to member nations, experiences balance of payments issues in order to bolster economic growth conditions, replenish foreign reserves, and stabilize currencies. The implementation of the structural adjustment programs is required, and the IMF will oversee them. IMF also keeps an eye on the global monetary system and the 190 nations that make up its membership's economic and financial policies. The IMF flags potential stability risks and offers guidance on necessary policy adjustments as part of this process, which occurs both globally and in specific nations. These are the publications of the IMF, which are World Economic Outlook, Global Financial Stability Report, Fiscal Monitor, Regional Economic Outlook, Annual Report of the Executive Board. Now we will come to our today's prelims practice question, that rapid financing instrument and rapid credit facility are related to provisions of lending by which one of the following? You have four options. This question came in year 2022 itself. Try to answer it in the comment section. Now we will come to our today's mains practice question. The World Bank and the IMF, collectively known as the Bretton Woods institutions, are the two intergovernmental pillars supporting the structure of the world's economic and financial order. Superficially, the World Bank and the IMF exhibit many common characteristics, yet their role, functions, and mandate are distinctly different. Elucidate. Try to answer it. This was all about today's video and the topic. Stay tuned for the next one. Have a great day.